right, welcome everyone. Hey, we're trying something new here. If things are glitchy tonight, I apologize. We've never tried this streaming to multiple things. Actually trying to stream to Instagram, so I want to see if that is working. Currently, it says on here that it is, but it doesn't show that I'm live on my Instagram, so I don't know how that actually works. If anybody knows, give me a heads up. I appreciate it. It's not saying that we're live, even though I hit go live on Instagram. Let's see if we're live on Facebook. Says we are live on Facebook, so good deal. I'm here with Mr. Falconberry this evening. We got some other people, I hope, that are going to join us. We had always used Restream for this in the past, and it seemed to have some issues. So we're trying a different service tonight. So it says that Ralph is live on YouTube. Let's see if I'm live on YouTube. It's not saying that I'm live on YouTube. What's going on here? Oh yeah, it's saying I'm live, but there it goes. There it goes. All right, good deal. Well, it may be a little glitchy. We're trying it here, folks, but we're going to be talking about metabolic health, insulin resistance. If you are joining us, let us know what social media platform you are watching us from. I would greatly appreciate it if it's YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. And we will, David Gass. Hey, Jeff, how are you, David? Hopefully we'll get some more people to join us here tonight, and we'll see how this works out. So this is weird because Ralph is also streaming this live to his platforms while I'm streaming it live to my platforms. If you're watching this on Instagram, Facebook, if you don't mind sharing this out, tagging people that you know that may be struggling with diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, weight problems, neuropathy, PCOS, etc. The things you always hear us talking about. So the reason the screen looks a little different here for the both of us is Ralph is on. So I'm going to change it. There we go. Ralph is on his phone and I'm on my tablet, so it looked a little different. But and I have an issue of looking at this little camera on my laptop sometimes. So I find myself watching the screen instead of looking into the camera. Folks, if you're joining us, I appreciate it. And if you could share this out, tag people. We do this to help as many people as possible. So if you know someone struggling, this is a perfect opportunity to maybe get them some answers that they've been looking for. Ralph, I met Ralph a little over 2 years ago now, right?
Yeah, 2 years. May 1st was when I got started. So this was right about the time frame when I messaged you and said, "What are you talking about?"
Right. So, like so many people, Ralph watched me for a year or almost a year before he decided to give the Feel Great system a try. And now he is 2 years in as of today. And Ralph, do you mind sharing maybe what this has done for you? We'll just start this show off with a Ralph testimonial.
Well, quite literally, it changed everything about me. And like most out there, I doubted the system. I doubted you. I doubted everything about it because literally nothing else had ever. Yeah, nothing else that ever worked in the past. I'm like, this guy's just trying to sell me something. There's no way that this could do what 14 years worth of pills and my doctors and several doctors couldn't do. And if it did, my doctor would have told me about it, right? Yeah, that didn't happen. Literally within a couple of weeks of using this product, I was calling you wanting to know what was in this stuff because everything started changing. The weight started falling off.
What did you notice first, Ralph? What did you notice first?
Actually, at first, what I noticed was the blood pressure. My blood pressure was like, I used to get it felt like my head was on fire. My ears were burning and like serious migraines. And I was like, yeah, I better check my blood pressure. And sure enough, I'd be through the freaking roof. And then I'd check my blood sugar and yeah, it'd be through the roof again. And that was on meds. On meds, my blood sugars were ranging of the evening, anywhere between 250, 280, sometimes 300s. Like 4 months on this system, and everything went to like 80s and 90s, and they have stayed there for over 2 years. My blood pressure is down. Everything, my irritable bowel syndrome is gone. The whole reason I started this was because of my foot neuropathy. I literally went to work, came home, sat on the couch, and I either iced them down or set them in a hot bath. I was always rubbing some cream on them or some brand new pill from the doctor, none of which worked. And what got me was when I was listening to one of the videos that you had out, and you mentioned that you were already doing the injections in between your toes for the neuropathy. And that's the conversation I just had with my doctor after 14 years. Well, the pills aren't working, so maybe we should consider the injections for the pain. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not sticking nothing in between my toes. And I remember this guy talking about how his neuropathy was basically like 80 to 90% gone. I'm like, hold on. If this is all natural, plant-based, and it comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee, and if it doesn't work, they're going to give me back my money, I'm like, fine, you got me. After a year of watching, you got me. Sign me up. Let's figure this out. Yeah. And literally like 3 weeks in, I was calling you because I felt like a freaking idiot for not doing it sooner, because I wasted a year watching videos of everybody else getting rid of their diabetes, their excess weight, their PCOS, all of the issues that they had, all of the issues, the irritable bowel syndrome. Oh my God. When you cannot leave the house without knowing your route of where you're going and where the nearest clean bathroom is going to be, because you're probably going to have an issue, especially after you eat anything while you're out. Yeah, that was, I mean, to me, that was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Gone. 4 months. I went from 310 pounds to 250 pounds. No diet, no exercise, no meal plans, nothing. I was literally testing the system because I wanted to see that I wanted to prove it wrong. I just did the system for 4 months. Then I started feeling great, and I started working out, and I started going for walks and stuff. But there's Michelle. Speaking of irritable bowel syndrome, I went from 310 to 250. Literally, I lost 50 pounds doing absolutely nothing. Irritable bowel syndrome, gone. The foot neuropathy pain, which was my main issue, gone. Blood pressure was fine. My diabetes, completely, everything's gone. I went from a 7.9 to a 5.4 in 4 months. 14 years on pills, and I never even got close to a 5.4. On medicine, I was averaging, if I really busted my butt, I could get it down to a 6.5, and I thought that was good.
Yeah, I was in the same boat. You know, I was on, just like you, max dosage of metformin. I was on max dosage of Januvia. Yep. And the lowest I think I ever got my A1C on medication was like a 7.2.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Like within less than 6 months on this system, and I was down to 6, which is pre-diabetic, right? Yep. And I didn't know. I was like, where's this been all my life? Like, if I would have had this, maybe I wouldn't have been struggling with neuropathy. Oh, we lost Jared. Maybe I wouldn't have been struggling with neuropathy. And the blurry vision and all the things. Amazing testimony, Ralph. I love your story. You know, this guy suffered with neuropathy. That's why he resonated with me. And if you resonate with that, reach out to Ralph. But Jared's coming back. He's driving. So
he's driving.
Hold on. I got to get you in here. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
There he is.
I said I hit the done button and it took me out.
Oh, yeah. Ralph, the other day when we were playing with this, he was trying to switch stuff and he kept leaving the stream as well. So
I fell off like 6 times. Every time Jeff said, well, try this. I'm like, yeah, okay, hold on. Click, boom, black screen.
Yeah. Luckily, we weren't live. We were just testing it then. So it was just him and I. But so I'll ask you, Jared, since you're driving, because I don't know how long you can be on here. And don't look at the camera. Just look ahead, focus on driving, but you can talk. I know you can talk and drive. Hopefully this doesn't get us booted off any platforms that someone's driving on live. But so how long did you kind of know about this system and look at it before you decided to give it a try?
3 months. So it took.
Because I know your dad kind of kept it secret from everybody for quite a while before he let you know what he was doing.
Yeah, he did it for quietly for almost a year.
Damn it, kid.
Then at Christmas time, he was drinking a bottle of tea, so he said, and
Gotcha.
obviously we had questions, and we had thought he'd been losing a bunch of weight and wasn't sure why, and so he started drinking his tea. So we asked a bunch of questions, and that was in December, and I was on the protocol by February.
Yeah. So, what was your biggest struggles before getting on this? What made you decide to give it a try?
Well, I was having weight issues. I mean, I was always kind of husky, but I had reached the heaviest I'd ever got to 260 pounds, and I had done some diets, carnivore diet, P90X, lost 20, 30 pounds, put it right back on. And then I did that for years during the winter. You know, I would try to lose some weight during the winter and then fall back off by summer. But that was more or less weight. And I'd had some blood pressure issues. Didn't even realize that I was pre-diabetic until after 3 months of starting this system, when I finally got blood work done for the first time as an adult, and realized that I was pre-diabetic and had a A1C of 6.0, and just normal stuff like that. It was some of the issues that I was dealing with.
Right, and I know from your story in the past, from hearing, you suffered with gout severely, right?
Yes. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me that. That was actually one of the first.
It's been so long now you don't even remember, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first signs that I had, but I thought the first time that it flared up on me that I had broken my foot, and went into the doctor to get a scan done, and she came back and she's like, "There's nothing wrong with your foot." I'm like, "Well, that's strange because I can't walk without a cane, and my wife had to help me get out of bed this morning to get here." So she just informed me that I might have gout. And then for the next 6 years, roughly every couple of months, I'd have a flare up. So I would try to cut things out of my diet, eat less red meat, stop drinking as much beer, and none of it really helped. And I just dealt with the pain, and it would keep me off work for, just depending on how bad it was, for a week, a day. And it was pretty bad in my 30s.
So now that you've been on this, like, what kind of results have you gotten? How long have you been on it now? You've been on it a year, right? A little over a year.
So a year and 3 months. So had one that was the first when I first started, and since then I mean, when you have gout, you could always feel where you would have a flare up. Like, it was always present. You just you're constantly aware that you could feel that, and you didn't want to push it too much or else it would flare up. I don't even feel that pain anymore in my foot. And that's just with gout. My blood pressure issues, I don't have those anymore. I used to sit there nightly after I'd eat. My blood pressure would be pounding in my throat and my head. And I don't have those problems anymore. My watch doesn't go off asking if I'm working out just when I'm sitting there. And I've lost 80 pounds at this point and kept it off for over a year now. And
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Pre-diabetes, or my A1C is down from a 6.0 down to a 5.4.
Wow. That's fantastic, man. I'm happy to hear it. That's an amazing story. Your dad says he's here in the comments, so I'm hoping that he sees this. I actually think that went to that comment that I made went to YouTube instead of Facebook, where he's watching. So like I said, there's going to be some hiccups. We're learning. We're trying to figure this out. I'm going to go into the chat on Facebook actually and tell Chet how to get on here because he's, I think he's just on Facebook. So, Michelle, Ralph kind of touched on you suffered with IBS because he suffered with IBS, and you guys kind of bonded, I guess. You guys always seem to talk about that whenever we're at events together. But what you want to share your story? Because I mean, most people know you started using this because of me, right? I was the guinea pig first, and within the first month, you're like, okay, like you have too much energy. You're losing weight. This isn't going to happen. I'm gonna do this too. Give me one of those boxes, right? So you stole out of my first month's stash to get going.
Yeah. I had multiple problems. Opposite of you, I had hypoglycemia. I would sit down at night and basically pass out because my sugar would crash, and all I did all day was snack and eat candy and drink pop and nothing that was good for me. And I had a hysterectomy in my 20s, so I'd been on hormone replacement. And when I turned 50, which was a couple years before we started this, I decided to stop taking my hormone replacement and proceeded to gain over 40 pounds. And the hot flashes were horrible. The mood swings, the migraines, just not being able to sleep, feeling horrible. I got depressed. And as soon as I started to take the protocol, all these things started to go away. And I also had high blood pressure, and I had a mini stroke about 12 years ago. And after being on the protocol about 6 months or 6 weeks in, the doctor took me off of my high blood pressure medication. My IBS symptoms started to lessen. By 6 months, I was like, I can't even remember the last time I had stomach cramps or any of those problems.
Yeah.
And
what's Chet working on? Sorry to interrupt you, but he's working on something.
What are you doing, Chet?
I'll show you.
Oh,
you're doing wiring.
See them batteries?
Oh, yeah.
New RV.
oh, look at that.
Oh, look at
Fancy,
you.
fancy. Right on.
Yeah, but
Sorry to interrupt you, Michelle. Go ahead. I just seen
Sorry
Chet,
about
like,
that.
focusing
Oh,
like
you're right.
he was working on something. So.
More complicated than I could do. And when we started, we were checking our blood pressure, our blood sugar, and keeping track, showing it to the doctor, letting them know what we were doing. And my doctor took me off of my blood pressure medication 6 weeks in, and I stopped taking my IBS medication within a few weeks. The cramping got less often. My stomach wasn't hurting every time I ate, which was amazing. I've been used to this my whole life since I was in grade school, and to go a whole day without stomach cramps and feeling like I needed to double over after eating was completely different. If that's the only thing it fixed, I would have been so happy. But I lost over 40 pounds. Doctor took me off my blood pressure medication. I got off medication for my IBS. My moods got better. No more night sweats, no more hot flashes.
That's
and
awesome.
my depression is pretty good. I still have seasonal depression, but it's nothing like it used to be.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's a lot of stuff. And to have it do that many things just surprised me.
Yeah. Hey, Ralph, I wanted to, Nikki had put in the comments, did you drop 60 pounds in 90 days?
50.4 pounds in 4 months doing nothing. Yeah.
Okay. And then did you, are you still losing weight currently?
Yeah, I'm still continuing on. The body's still changing. I started doing hiking challenges. I finished 3 hiking challenges. That again, that's overweight, diabetes, blood pressure issues, and with foot neuropathy. And I completed 3 hiking challenges last year. The last one being a 365-day challenge, and I actually hiked over 1,000.18 miles in a year,
Wow.
every single day of the year.
Wow.
And
Yes, you
that's
did.
coming from a guy who was told he needed shots in his feet. I don't need anything anymore.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just seen her comment there, and I wanted to put it on the screen so you could answer it.
Yep.
I'm kind of in the same boat. So I started the day after Christmas of 2022 and went to Vegas Method the first time in June. And I think I was down like 56 pounds at that point. So about 56 pounds in 6 months.
That's amazing.
That I'd lost. And I know at that time I went from a 42-inch waist jean to a 36 in that time too, because I had to go buy new jeans or new clothes to actually go on that trip. Like, and it was just around here and going to work, I wasn't worried about it. But when I was like, oh, I'm going somewhere nice, I better go buy some clothes that actually fit me properly.
Same here. I went from 4X to extra large.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was going to ask Chad if he wanted to share his story, but he's working, so I don't know what he's doing. He's got a golf cart and batteries and camper and all kind of stuff happening.
I had to go get a set of pliers.
Can you talk and work at the same time?
Absolutely. I actually feel better doing that.
All right. So we kind of told a little bit of how you procrastinated for about a year, watching me, just like Ralph, before you decided to do this. And then you hid it from your family for about 8 months before you told any of them about it. And then, and so Jared told that part, and they would kind of like cornered you at Christmas and said, "Hey, what's that you're drinking?" So why did you decide to do this? I know your story, but maybe somebody that's watching has never watched us before and they don't know your story. Chet's, how old are you now? 69?
I will be 69 the 29th of next month.
Whoop. All right. Whoop, whoop. And you're a truck driver. Been a truck driver for how many years?
Be 14 years. The 5th. We're here in a couple days.
Okay. So what were you dealing with that made you decide I got to do something?
The age caught up with me and eating. I love to eat. And for the most part, I eat good food, but I eat way too much of it, or did. I don't anymore. But I'd got 335 pounds and going to the doctor. They was wanting to put me on preventative medicine. I really hadn't gotten bad yet, but they was wanting to give me stuff to keep me from getting bad. And it was just the worst thing in the world, trying to get in the truck.
It's like almost a perfect story of how you can be insulin resistant for so long and it not really show up on your blood work, because your blood work was still like somewhat normal. It wasn't even borderline yet, right? Or it was just getting borderline.
It was just getting to the point that I was running at 5'6", 5'7", and they kept telling me that you're going to either have to do something or you're going to have to take some medicine to control that. And I said, well, let me see if I can do this a little bit more on my own. And I'd been watching you, and like a dummy, when you get to the point that they say either you need to take some pills, or I thought, well, that's a no-brainer, because I'd watched what had happened to you, why people procrastinate. Now I was the one that did it. But after doing it, and I was the first couple months, I wasn't like Ralph. And I mean, I was doing it, but I wasn't doing it completely consistent. And then I finally decided to be consistent, and mine has come off. I'm right now at 85 pounds, and
Amazing.
bounce back and forth, but I lose another pound and I gain another pound, but I'm staying at 85, and I'm wanting so bad. I'm within 14 pounds of being where I was, and I got married in 80.
Wow.
And
That's awesome, man.
and my A1C, it went from borderline and it stays at 5.2, 5.3.
Awesome.
Now, my blood
That's
pressure, I was about to lose my CDLs, and I had an open wound on my leg.
That's what I was going to ask you. I know you had a really bad leg problem there.
Yep. And
was that due to circulation? Chet, was that due to circulation or what?
It was due to circulation and just being overweight. I couldn't get it. I could pull my pants up and show you my leg now. I don't know if that would mess with things, but for
if you're just showing your leg, it's fine.
Yeah.
Can you get your leg up that high?
Show a little skin.
See it?
Okay. Yeah, since you moved your camera, it's freezing now, Chet. You kind of lost signal, or he touched something, one of the two. I shouldn't have told you to move your camera.
Shouldn't have told him to move nothing.
All right. So, folks, everybody listening, we got 18 to 25 people on here at any given time, and that's just showing Facebook, I think. Let me ask you something. Are you tired all the time? Are you dealing with cravings and losing the same 5-10 pounds over and over again? Do you have high blood pressure, brain fog, cholesterol, anxiety, belly fat? Yeah, Chet, your camera's froze. I can hear you, but your camera froze. I don't know what you touched. I'm going to take you out and add you back in. Now your screen's black. You touched something on your phone, buddy. If you are dealing with any of those things that I just mentioned, and your doctor keeps saying your blood work's normal, like they were telling Chet, understand you can be insulin resistant for 10 to 15 years before it ever shows up as high cholesterol, high A1C, high fasting glucose, high triglycerides, and there's damage going on in the background.
Yeah.
You're damaging your cells. You're in fat storage mode. Your body is always burning carbs and sugar. You can never flip that switch. And if you do, it's temporary because you're going on a crash diet.
No.
And then all of a sudden, the willpower runs out and you're right back where you started. I'm going to remove Chet because I can't hear him or see him now. Jared, if you want to message him, if he wants to come back on time to leave and come back in. But so understand, it's not bad luck or bad genes or you're just getting older like they tell us. Oh, now we lost Jared. Them guys. Maybe he did it on purpose so he could call his dad.
There he is.
Maybe it's not bad genes. Maybe it's not your discipline and willpower. Maybe it's just you're eating too much too often of the wrong kind of food. And here's the thing, 93% of adults are dealing with one or more of these issues.
Yep.
And insulin resistance is at the root of all of this. It's the root cause core problem of all of it. It all starts in our gut, okay? So if we want to heal our body, we got to take a break from food. We got to stop eating so much so often the wrong kind of food. We eat it in the wrong order, meaning how often when you go out to eat, let's say Texas Roadhouse, Red Lobster, Olive Garden, the Mexican restaurants, are they bringing you the chips and salsa or the bread and all those things first, right? It's because there's a strategy behind it. If you eat carbs on an empty stomach, it's going to make you hungrier. It's going to cause more cravings. They know that you're going to eat more food, okay? So if you eat your food in a specific order, fiber, which is a big leafy green salad, maybe some cruciferous vegetables, protein, healthy fat, so fatty steak, fatty fish, avocados, things that are going to be natural occurring fats, right? High fatty foods, not things that are going to make you fat, but things that have fat that come from nature, right? those things all slow down the absorption of glucose in your bloodstream. So if you put the carbs towards the end of your meal, you're not going to get the spike as you otherwise would if you eat them on an empty stomach. What are your thoughts on that, Michelle? Have you used the food order method? Have you heard of the food order method?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know that I don't like to eat salad, so that is what makes this perfect for me. I've never eaten salad. I've never liked broccoli or cauliflower. It's never.
You don't eat veggies.
I'm a super picky eater. My mom never made me eat stuff like that, and I'm sure that is why I ended up with IBS so young.
Yeah.
But the fiber just makes it so much easier for me.
Yeah. So if you have one or more of those symptoms, just drop me in the comments if you've been dealing with that. I've got new comments and I'm not paying attention to them. Let's see. Luann said, way to go. Oh, she just tagged some people and told her story. So Luann in the comments said she's down 50 pounds, went from an extra large to a small, went from a 14-16 jean to a size 2. And her hubby, Stoney, is down 70 pounds now. Ooh. So, I mean, and I can't remember, how old is Bob, Ralph?
Oh, God, he's like 79, I want to say.
Chet's wanting back in. Jared left.
Oh,
Chet's back. Hey, Chet.
Yeah, I grabbed the phone and I guess I hit the wrong button and I never could get you back.
You guys are going to have to quit touching your phones, y'all. Keep disappearing and coming back.
Surprise, surprise.
Anyway.
It's all right. It's all right. I appreciate you guys being on here. Most people think, and I want to kind of get your guys' take on this. Okay, and we'll start at Chet and kind of go around clockwise. Most people think that this all is a discipline problem. Like they need to eat less food. They need to do more cardio and work out. They need to have more willpower. Did you think that when you were starting to have all these problems? Like you just need to have more discipline and eat less, right?
Well,
and move more.
Well, that's what you kind of think and what you're always taught, but like I've told you before, I bet I've lost 1,000 pounds, 20 at a time, and lose it, put it back on, lose it, put it back on. You get upset with yourself, discouraged, and you just eat because it's comfortable and tastes good. And when you find out that it's not a discipline problem, it's a metabolic problem, and it is so. Everything gets so clear when you see what it is and understand what it is. And then you start using this program and you figure out that if you just do what you're supposed to do and how the program is supposed to work, it works absolutely 1,000% the way it's supposed to. And it's easy.
Yeah. And I always tell everybody that the protocol works for everybody who works the protocol, meaning if you just follow it the way it's designed and do it consistently, it's going to work. But if you're just taking it here and there, if you're still snacking all the time, if you're eating all the things that you know you shouldn't be eating every meal, it's not going to work.
Nope.
I was going to go to Jared. Are you available to talk, Jared? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So what were you? What were your thoughts? Did you think you just needed to have more discipline and eat less and move more and all the things that they tell us?
Yeah, 100%. I had cut a lot of weight during wrestling way back when I was in high school. So I knew that, simple. Don't eat food, you'll lose weight. Work out, you'll lose weight. But as I came to realize, when you stop doing those things, what happens? The weight continues. So if you stop one exercise, then the weight will come back. With this, I didn't change anything. I was like Michelle, I'm the world's pickiest eater. If it ain't meat and it's not a potato, I generally don't eat it.
This guy right here is a French fry and pizza kind of guy right down here.
Yeah, 100%. And for me, when I started on this, I was like, I can actually get the benefits from salads without eating them, I'm in.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, and I didn't change too much of anything because for me in my work, I wouldn't typically eat lunch and I'd like to sleep. So I wouldn't have breakfast in the morning. I would
Mhm.
pretty much eat a huge meal in the evening when I would come in from working at 9, 10 o'clock and pass out. That was my life for 20 years.
Yeah. And now we know that eating late in the evening or right before you fall asleep for the night is one of the worst things you can do, right? It's
Horrible.
it's horrible for your gut health and your metabolism
Yep.
and your blood sugar and everything else that we've been talking about. So I'm not telling people, listen, I don't want anybody to get this wrong. I'm not telling you that eating less and moving more, exercising doesn't work. But if you're a normal person who's like, you're constantly working, it's eat whatever is available at the time. You don't have time to work out and all these things because you're working 12 hours a day. Understand that that's most of us nowadays, right? You got to work 10, 12 hours a day to make it nowadays. And a lot of people don't have the luxury of being able to go to the gym or have the finances to have a home gym. And just doing those things, it's just going to be a vicious cycle. Ralph, when you were, I know you're a foodie too, or used to be, right?
Yeah.
Were you in the same, and you've ran an MMA gym, you've done
Yes,
all
sir.
sorts of things. You've been in the health space for a long time.
Yep.
Were you telling your guys, hey, if you want to cut this weight, if you want to make this weight for this fight, you've got to eat less, you've got to move more, you've got to do all these things? Like, where was your mind at on all that?
Oh yeah, we went through. Well, like anybody that came would come to the gym and would need to lose weight or would need to drop a few pounds here or there, or if we had a fight coming up, there were certain criteria that we went through, and it was always you got to get in there and you got to kick your butt, you got to bust that out, you got to stop what you're eating, quit eating all the crap, and they would change. But then after the fight was over, a month later, all of a sudden that 15 pounds, they gained it right back. And I'm like, well, let me guess, you started eating again. Well, yeah, they went right back to eating out again. And if you don't change your habits, nothing is going to change. You know?
Sorry, I thought I muted Chet and I was trying to unmute Jared and Chet's running a torch or something and I couldn't hear. But yeah, you're exactly right, man. Yep. We've all been there. Now, Michelle, she is like, she's a totally different case than most of us because Michelle was never a big eater. She was just someone who was piecing and snacking all day long,
all day,
and drinking the sugary drinks. Right? She was never big by any means, but her blood sugar was just on this roller coaster because she was constantly snacking, and it was not good stuff that she was snacking on. So when you heard about this, like eating less and moving more and all these things, like where was your headspace at as far as the fasting and all that?
I was just mad because you were eating more than me and you were losing 10 pounds at a time. And here I was 43 pounds more than I was at 50. And I just felt like a blob, even though I know you say I wasn't big, but I was big for me. I was as big as I was 9 months pregnant. And that made me feel horrible. And in my headspace, it made me depressed. And I just felt if it worked for you, it would work for me because I know through the years, I've seen you on 4 or 5 different diets that never were sustainable. But with this, you were getting off medication and your doctor was helping you with that. And I just felt like I need that too.
Right. So with you though, and this is why I like having you involved in this, is because there's probably women that's going to watch this, right? And if I'm sure they've heard, listen, once you're in menopause, you can't lose the weight. It's always going to be there. You're going to have that. You're going to have maybe facial hair starting. You're going to have the mood swings and the hot flashes and the night sweats and all these things, right? But you have been able to like not deal with that for the last 2 years now because you've been doing this.
Yeah. I was surprised. I mean, but insulin is a hormone and it affects all your other hormones. So it just makes sense that it has helped.
Right. So I guess I want to make sure people understand that when you're eating constantly, when you're snacking all day, and, you know, we've been told our whole lives, eat 5 to 6 times a day, right? Eat smaller portions, just more often to keep your metabolism up. But if you're already insulin resistant, that's totally the wrong advice, because when you have all these problems going on, your body needs more and more insulin. Okay, because it's not getting into the cells and it's not being put into our muscles and our liver and our our cells to be burned for energy, and it's getting stored in our fat cells. If insulin is high, this is what it does. It stores fat. It blocks fat burning. You can never burn fat. It increases cravings. How many people have had that afternoon crash? You know, you have a high carb lunch for the work day, and 2 or 3 o'clock, you're sitting there like, man, I need another milkshake coffee or energy drink or soda to get me to, so I can make it home at least for dinner tonight, right? That afternoon crash, it's horrible. It increases inflammation. It affects all the hormones in your body. It drives triglyceride levels, which are a bigger predictor for heart attacks, heart disease, than cholesterol is. Our body needs cholesterol, and they're trying to lower it, right? Our brain needs cholesterol.
Yep.
All the membranes in our body are coated in cholesterol, and they're trying to lower that, and they should be focusing more on triglycerides. It impacts your blood pressure, your blood sugar, all these things. So we have to stop spiking our insulin over and over, day after day, month after month, year after year, if we want to fix these problems. Now, what was an aha moment for me is, and so many people, I hear so many people say this, I'm barely eating and I'm still either gaining weight or can't lose it. Is there anybody out there that's dealing with that?
Yep.
That was kind of Michelle, right?
Yep.
She wasn't eating big meals or whatever, but she was just eating little bits here and there. Go ahead, Michelle.
The thing is, the more you think about it, I would have pop for breakfast. I mean, if you're drinking the sugar, if you're drinking your calories, you're eating all day. Even if you say, oh, well, I didn't have anything for breakfast. If you had a pop, if you had a coffee with creamer and sugar, you've had breakfast. You did put calories in your body. So if you're doing that all day, if you're drinking pop all day, that was me just trying to keep the caffeine up. My insulin was up here all day long. And then as soon as I stopped eating and I sat down, it would plummet and I was unconscious.
Yeah.
Comatose.
Because my sugar would plummet.
Bottoming out. Yep.
Yep.
Well, here's the good news that I want everybody watching this to know is that you can improve your insulin resistance. Now, there are some things that you have to do, right? There are lifestyle changes that you have to make, but you definitely can improve your insulin resistance. Your body wants to heal itself. We have to give it time to do that. So here are some tips I like to give people. It's like 4 fairly easy ones, right? Stop spiking your insulin all day, which means stop snacking and stop grazing all day long.
Yep.
Stop drinking, like Michelle just said, stop the sugary drinks. Stop drinking your calories. So that's coffee with cream and sugar, sodas, energy drinks, the fruit smoothies or juices, all those things. Even if it's natural sugar, your body does not know the difference. So stop spiking your insulin all day. Second, the food order method is perfect. Prioritize fiber, protein, healthy fats, and put your carbs at the end of your meal. It's a game changer. Okay? Food order definitely matters.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear? Why can't you hear? Can you hear me, Jared? What'd you do? I'm going to put you backstage and bring you back on. Now can you hear?
Are you there?
I can hear you.
All right. I just moved you backstage and brought you back in. So, so
I can hear Ralph.
Yeah.
I
You
can't
can't
hear
hear me?
Jeff.
Can anybody hear me?
Can you hear
I
me
can
now?
hear you.
I can hear
So-
Jeff or Ralph and Michelle, but no Jeff.
They
not
say
missing
they can
nothing.
hear me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So stop spiking your insulin all day. Food order method. Walk after meals is number 3. Now, I know what some people are going to say. Well, I'm such and such, so many pounds overweight. I've got horrible inflammation and joint pain. I've got neuropathy so bad I can't go for a walk.
Mhm.
Okay, well, if you can't, then sit in a chair and do calf raises.
Yep.
See the calf raises for 10 minutes right after your meal. Go for a walk 10 minutes after a meal. Do some body weight squats if you can. Do them assisted. Hold on to a chair, whatever. Just do something to activate your muscles because they are the largest consumer of glucose in your body.
Yep.
But you have to use them to get them to do that. Your muscles work like a sponge. They soak up that glucose. But if you're just sitting around leading a sedentary lifestyle, your body is not going to absorb any of that glucose that's in your bloodstream. Okay? So that's number 3. Number 4 is get better sleep and reduce your stress. So listen to some good music, read a book, meditation, just sit somewhere and chill out.
Get outside.
Get out in the sun and just
Mm-hmm.
like soak up some of that vitamin D and relax, and then try to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours a night, right? Don't be like me and sleep 5 hours a night because that's not good for you. But I can't make myself go to bed before 9:30, 10 o'clock. I just can't do it.
Mhm.
But you have to get better sleep, right? And when you start to improve your insulin resistance, you're going to sleep better. I stopped snoring. When I lost all that weight in the beginning, I stopped snoring. I was sleeping more soundly. I wasn't waking up at 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom like I was every day then.
Mhm.
So you got to get a better night's sleep, okay? Doing these things, people, I mean, when insulin starts to improve, people, and you've heard it from these folks here tonight, things start to change. Energy improves, mood improves, cognitive brain function improves.
Yeah.
Your blood pressure improves, your waistline starts to shrink, pounds start to melt off, A1C starts to improve. All these things start to improve, but you've got to do the steps. You got to make the changes to make it sustainable, right?
Yep.
So that's where the Feel Great system that we all use comes into play. Because on this system, we eat 2 meals a day. We don't snack in between. We fit both of those meals within a 6 and an 8 hour window, right? So if you struggle with skipping breakfast, this can help. Now, Ralph, was you a big breakfast eater?
Yes. Breakfast was mandatory.
Yeah, and I love breakfast. Like I was telling her today, I was like, I'm really craving some French toast.
Yeah.
And we should probably, if we're going to have it at lunch, right? And then her son stopped down and he was going to the store and was like, hey, grab us some syrup while you're there. And they didn't have any. And I was like, Michelle's like, I think that's a sign you're not supposed to have any French toast because they didn't have any syrup at the store.
Leave it alone.
All right, so I had a sausage and eggs, right? I had breakfast food for lunch. So that's exactly why I love this system, because once in a while we can still eat those kind of foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't recommend eating them for breakfast, but sometimes we'll go to Bob Evans or whatever for lunch or dinner, and we'll order French toast or a pancake or something from time to time just to have that stuff. I don't want to feel deprived.
Right.
And I have not felt deprived the whole time on this.
No.
And in fact, I know you, when you had all those results, Ralph, you called me up. You're like, dude, I just went and had a big plate of freaking spaghetti, a sweet tea, and garlic bread. And my A1 or my blood sugar is like 120.
Yep.
Type 2, type 2 diabetics can't do that, right?
Right. Spaghetti, garlic bread, and a sweet tea, just because I wanted to see what my postprandial numbers would be. Again, I was testing the system to see where I was at. There is no way I could have done that before. I would have been 2 hours later. I would have probably been about a 350 easily.
Yep.
I'm averaging 120 to 140 after any meal.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Mine was, heck, I know before I started this, my blood sugar my fasting blood sugar was like 200.
Yeah. 225 to 250.
So anytime I ate, I'm over 300, right? Every time.
Yeah. Consistently.
Horrible. So this system helps support stable blood sugar. It helps with appetite control. It helps with energy, mood. Like I was saying, it helps your body work with you instead of against you. This is how we follow this system. So it includes a couple of all natural plant-based products. One is Unimate. This is the highest concentrated form of yerba mate on the planet. Most of us call it liquid gold. We're drinking it all. I'm still drinking it now as we speak. We just drink it all day, right? This helps shut off the food noise, curb the cravings, helps with energy, mood, cognitive brain function, regulates blood pressure, whether it's high or low, increases ketone production by up to 60%, which is, if you know anything about ketosis, that's fat burning, okay? And it helps increase the production of GLP-1. If GLP-1 is what everybody's taking the jab for now, I guess there's pills for it, all kind of stuff. I'm not going to go deep in the weeds on this, but just do your research. There's tons of side effects and risks of life-altering side effects with those medications and with about any medication, honestly. This has been clinically proven. Unimate has been clinically proven to increase your body's own production of GLP-1 up to 70% if you drink it in a fasted state, okay? The second product is Balance. This is a fiber matrix. This is not your grandma's Metamucil or Benefiber. if you need to take a poo, take Metamucil or Benefiber. If you want to help with heart disease and diabetes and cholesterol and all these things, you need to take a diverse blend of fiber, especially if you're like Michelle and you don't like to eat, or Jared, and you don't like to eat veggies and salads and those sorts of things. You got to get more diverse blends of fiber to feed the bacteria in your gut, okay? The microbiome in our gut, there's trillions of bacteria in there. And if you're not feeding the good guys, the bad guys are going to take over. And you're going to start having IBS and dysbiosis, leaky gut, which leads to all kinds of other things. And then fatty liver and diabetes and et cetera, okay? So this is the second product. Now, I kind of want to go through like exactly what a day looks like, but understand this isn't an extreme diet, right? You have food freedom, not a food free for all. You can't eat whatever you want all day long, all the time. Tanya Rhodes says down 20 pounds since February 20th. Awesome.
Oh, way to go, Tanya. Good deal.
When I get to talking, I kind of miss the comments. So thank you for chiming in.
That's awesome. We picked up Tanya at the Moequa event.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. 20 pounds since February 20th. That's really good. Way to go. All right. So none of us, at least I don't. Jared, have you felt like you've been on a diet? Sorry, you got your microphone muted.
No, not at all. I haven't. I mean, I didn't really eat outside of some chips and cheese, some nachos, eating that bad at night. I pretty much ate meat and protein and, but no, I haven't deprived myself. If I want to go out and have a pizza, if I want to have burger and fries, I go get it. I just make sure I take my fiber beforehand.
Yep, absolutely. That's a great point. That's why I say we don't eat like that all the time, but there's times when you're going to go to a birthday party, you're going to go to some type of event, a family cookout, a reunion, whatever, right? You don't really have the option to okay, you're going to be a bump on a log, sit over there in the corner and not eat anything and just drink your tea? Or are you going to go up and have your meal? And if there's a piece of cake, well, have a piece of cake or whatever, right? I mean, we all got to live our lives. We're all human. I wouldn't tell anybody, hey, when you do this, it's chicken and broccoli, right? That's it. Chicken and broccoli. If you'd have told me that, I'd said, get lost. I've been there, done that. It doesn't work. I can't sustain it. I'm going to freaking lose my mind if I can't have a cheeseburger once in a while or a couple slices of pizza. So understand, this isn't some deprivation thing. We still have food we like. We just make sure that we put it within those 2 meals that we have during the day. Okay? So this is what a day looks like. If we had dinner, let's say 6, 7 p.m., we're not going to consume any more calories before we go to bed, right? So that's not drinking soda or anything that's going to spike our blood sugar after we have dinner. Okay. We fast through the night. Hopefully you're getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to take this Unimate. You're going to mix it in 16 to 32 ounces of water. Ralph, do you drink it hot or cold?
Both. I usually start the day with the hot one because I was a coffee drinker, and then in the afternoon I like one ice cold. So
same,
but not always.
Yeah. That's pretty much my routine too. So you're going to mix this in 16 to 32 ounces of water. You're just going to sip on it. So I make it in a big tumbler cup like this and sip on it throughout my morning. If I'm drinking it quick, like the reason I drink it hot in the morning is because if I drink it cold, I drink it really quick. So I drink it hot, it makes me sip on it, and it lasts a lot longer. Now, I try to, if I do drink it quick, I fill it back up with water, and I keep sipping it till lunchtime. At lunch, we're going to use the food order method as best as possible, right? So some type of fiber, salad, veggies, whatever. If you're having a high-carb lunch, take one of these fiber packets before your lunch, okay?
Yep.
Protein, healthy fats, keep your carbs low, keep them to the end of your meal. It's going to help you avoid that afternoon crash. Then after lunch, we mix a second Unimate, okay? And you drink that throughout the afternoon. It helps give you that energy to get you through the rest of the day. Then dinner time, we mix this blend of plant fibers in 8 ounces of cold water. You shake it 4 or 5 times and chug it down. And then you have your meal. And after that meal's over, we start the same process over again. Now, I understand maybe you go on vacation, maybe you're on a swing shift job, things change, things come up, life happens, right? There's days that I only eat one meal. There's days that if we're on vacation or something, I might eat breakfast. So just understand, be as consistent as possible. Take the products every day, and you will see results. And if not, here's the best part. You can just get your money back. Now, what other thing have you tried that says if you, in your own opinion, are not happy with the direction things are going, you can just get your money back? To me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
If what you're currently doing isn't working, you're not getting results, understand the medication is never going to reverse these problems. They are there to manage them. Okay? You heard all of us talk about we were on medications and never getting any better. It was just managing the problem.
Yeah.
Your body will heal itself if you give it the nutrients to do it and you give it time to do it.
There you go, right there.
Take a break from eating food. Okay? You have to give your digestive system a chance to reset. These products, they're not some magic pill or potion, although some of us feel like they are because we couldn't have done it without it. But these are really just tools. These are tools to make the lifestyle changes you need to make easier, simpler, more sustainable. Okay? So if you're struggling with getting fiber, if you're struggling with snacking all the time, or skipping breakfast, or sustaining a 14, 16 hour fast, these can help. And by the way, they're going to give you vitamins, minerals, nutrients that your body is lacking while you're fasting, and your body is lacking from eating all the processed garbage that we eat all the time. So in closing, I just want to go around and kind of get a closing statement from all of you. If knowing what you know now, Jared, if you just heard about this, right? You knew about insulin resistance, you knew that what you were currently doing wasn't working, and somebody approached you with this, what would you say?
I'm in.
Simply put, yeah. I mean, this is just a game changer, folks. If you've been doing for years all these different things and you feel stuck, why not try something that gives you a money back guarantee? You really have nothing to lose. Michelle, what do you want to say in closing? Like, if someone was to ask you about this, like, hey, does this really work? Come on now. I've known you for years. Be honest with me. Why should I try that? Does it really work?
I saw it work for you, and that made me believe it would work for me, and it definitely did. We lost weight at different rates. We got off of our medication at different times because we're all different, but it worked for me too.
Yeah. All right, Ralph, I'll throw it to you. If you're talking to someone and they're telling you, man, this pain in my feet, they said it's neuropathy. I don't know, but it's unbearable. My blood sugar's all over the place. Like, what should I do?
Well, you should do what I did, but if you don't have a better plan, try this system. And again, if you don't believe me and you don't know me, why would you believe some dude on the internet? You will believe your own blood work. You will believe that it works when all of a sudden your neuropathy is no longer an issue. You're 50 pounds lighter. Your blood pressure's gone. Your irritable bowel syndrome's gone. I mean, you will believe your own results. And if you don't get the results that you want, just get your money back. Try it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. But Ralph, I can do this injection that my insurance is going to pay for. And
you sure can.
All kinds of, even celebrities are using this, getting amazing results.
They sure are. And they look like meth heads about 8 months down the road. Their eyes are sunken in. They get what's called sarcopenia, which they don't even tell you about. You know, women do this all over the place. And what they don't tell you is 40% of that weight is your bone and your muscle loss. It's not weight loss. You're losing your bones and your muscles. And it kills me to see women using this or using those jabs. You can't get that back. You don't have the testosterone that we do. You're not in the gym like we are. You're going to be that little old lady walking into Walmart looking at her shoes because she can't hold her head up, because she's not strong enough. Because when you stop that injection, you're going to gain that weight back. And now your body has less of a frame to hold it up. You're setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So if anybody out there wants to try this, reach out to whoever shared this with you, whoever invited you to this, whoever's page you saw it on. Reach out to them and just simply say, hey, I'm in. Send me the link. I want to get started. There's no sense of procrastinating. It comes with a money back guarantee. I'm in. Let's try this. And if at the end of night, just commit to 90 days.
There you go.
Commit to 90 days. And if you're not happy, we'll help you get your money back. If it calls for me to get on phone call with customer service with you, I'll do it. Michelle will do it. Jared will do it. Ralph will do it. Any of us will do it, right? But I've been doing this for 3 years. I've had 2 people ask for their money back. The other ones that said it didn't work, they admitted to me it's because they weren't doing it consistently and following it the way it's designed. Okay? Exactly. It works for everyone who works the system. 2 meals a day, 3 drinks a day, 2 Unimate and 1 balance.
Mm-hmm.
Try to use the food order method. Try going for a walk or doing some kind of body weight exercise. You will be amazed. at the results that you can get. Now, if you can meal prep, if you can count macros, if you like doing all that stuff, working out, doing extreme workouts, if you like doing all that stuff, you're going to see even better results, right?
Mhm.
But for the everyday person who is, they have the arthritis, the joint pain, the inflammation, the neuropathy, the whatever it may be, and you're like, I need something simple that I can do. I don't have to think about, which these you just mix them in water. I mean, how much simpler can you get? Just stash them everywhere. I know for us, like we have them on the kitchen counter. We have them in her purse. We have them in the glove box of every vehicle. Like they're everywhere. So wherever we go, we have them, right? We go on a vacation, we take a gallon Ziploc bag crammed full of all these products. And it's better than lugging around medication and injections and all that kind of stuff.
Bingo.
So if you don't have a better plan, if
And
you're
it tastes
tired,
Yeah, it tastes
they taste good too. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, try this system.
There it is.
I don't know what else to say. If you don't have a better plan, do one more thing. Try the Feel Great system. You won't regret it.
Boom.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, y'all. I'm interested to get off here and see if this went to all my platforms.
See how it worked out.
It says it's going to Instagram, but I've looked at it 3 times and it's not saying it's on there. So anyway, we may have to experiment a little bit more. I appreciate you guys all getting on here. Tell your dad, Jared, I said thank you, and thank you for hopping on here. And if you got any questions, folks, just reach out to one of us. We'd be happy to help you.
Yep.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.